Now to begin developing our CSS rules for print, what we're going to do is we're going to hook in our print.css style sheet, and then we're going to comment out our screenstyles.css, just so we can gauge our progress by looking at this in the browser. So back in our HTML file, earlier we changed media type to all. Let's set this back to screen. Then let's duplicate that line. Let's come in here and change screen.css to print.css. Then let's temporarily set media equal to all for the print.css file. Then we'll come up here and let's comment out our screen.css file. So before the link tag, less-than sign, exclamation point, 2 hyphens. Then after the link tag, hit a space, 2 hyphens, and then a greater than sign. So while this is commented out, the browser will not see our screen.css file. And now we can use the print style to see what's happening inside of the browser. And then when we're done, we'll set this back to media equals print and uncomment media equals screen. And now with our print.css file hooked in, let's go back to our project folder. Inside of the CSS folder, let's open up print.css up in our text editor. And with this file open, you'll notice that this file is empty with the exception of I've brought in the Google font. So I like to set up a series of CSS rules for print separate from the rules used for screen.css. Now you could use your screen rules as a base and simply override properties here, but I find that I end up overriding so many properties that I think it's just easier to start with a blank file. So after the Google font, we're going to set one property here. We're going to set an @ sign and type in page, put it in our brackets, and what we're going to do here is define the margins for the page. So we're going to type margin, then we're going to type 0.5, and then we're going to use centimeters, and then a semicolon. Now most browsers will automatically create the margins for the printer that you're printing to, but just in case any of the browsers don't support that, we can simply put this in here just to make sure that we always accommodate the margins for all of the content. And now with these in place, let's go back to the browser. We'll hit reload. So now our page looks like it did back before we added any of our CSS. So I know the screen.css file is being properly commented out. And now with our print styles hooked in, next we'll start by redefining the base properties of our type.